Hey, my Liptons. I wanted to do this video. I wanted to do this video because this has really been sitting on my spirit for a while, for a couple of days, honestly, I would say. And I was just recently, I was speaking to a family member of mine, and we were just discussing, just the Hindi film industry and like the music that has been coming out of these films and like the Bollywood music of today and that sort of thing. So before I even start, I just want to say this. First of all, please, subscribe to the channel. We're going to get into it today because this is going to be a long video. There's going to be a long video because I have so much thoughts, and I do want to add some articles to this video, and I also want to add a clip towards the end of the video about one of the iconic playback singers who has been working in Bollywood at this point for decades now. But it's been really heavy on my mind about how much there has just been a huge decline in the quality, the quantity, the emotion, the lyricism, just everything that has been going on in Bollywood today. And I think that this has just reignited me, and it's really weighing heavy on me. Is because I did a video on my channel. You guys can go watch it too. It's on the ZTV Hindi film playlist, where I reviewed Amar Pali, and Vyjayanthimala's career in Bollywood and that sort of thing. And I was discussing in that video how much, so crazy, because it's like when I watched that video, mind you, that movie, Amar Pali, it was from what, 1967, if I'm not mistaken. And y'all, when I was watching that movie and I was listening to the songs that were playing within that movie, it legit blows all of the music that Bollywood is producing today. The soundtracks that they're producing today. Everything. And I'm confused. And because it's just like, for me, when I listen to that and I hear that, I'm just like, this is beautiful. And then it's just like, also when you get into the lyrics about what the song means, and it's just like, it makes the emotion, it makes you appreciate the song even more. So for me, right, when I listen to a song like What Jumka, whatever that song is called, What Jumki or What Jumka, at this point, it's just like, I don't even care to know what the song even means. And I'm listening to this song, and I'm watching the video. It's from Raki or Rani something. It's the new Karan movie. And I have no interest in watching that movie. It's just that at this point, I just have no interest. And I'm listening to this song because I was just like, the songs are the ones that bring you to the movies. So I'm listening to this song. I'm listening to the What Jumka song. I'm listening to it. I'm looking at everything that's happening within this song. I'm just like, where have we gone wrong? To go from Amar Pali from 1967 to Raki or Rani Ke Prem Kahani, whatever. I'm just like, how did the music get this bad? Because that What Jumka song is, at this point, it's so ridiculous. And I was also listening to, Shahrukh Khan's Pathan. I'm listening to those songs too. I'm just like, I'm not impressed. It's just disappointment all around. The songs are terrible. I don't care for them. The songs are all club music, like, we're gonna go to the club, but like, we're just gonna be bopping and booping and booping. It's just like, these songs have no meaning. There is no emotion within them. At this point, you would think that these songs are computer generated. So for me, I just want to go through, and it's just like these playback singers, it's like now they barely have great playback singers singing these songs. At this point, there is no emotion. There is none of that. So I want to go from the beginning, because I want to talk about all these. playback singers that I grew up with, okay, who were great influences on me and just my childhood and everything, and some of the great songs that they have sang. You know, Alka Yagnik, hopefully I'm saying her name right. You know, and I'm gonna play a clip from her later on in this video, because she says something very, very important that I want to add on to it, and I hopefully, you know, YouTube won't, you know, take my video down for copyright. But you know, when I think of her and some of the great melodious songs that she has sang, like from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai to Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum to Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, like just great. This woman, she's just an amazing singer, one of my favorites. Honestly, all the singers I'm about to show y'all are all my favorites. You know what I mean? And it's like they don't make playback singers like her anymore, unfortunately. You know, when I think about Udit Narayan, hopefully I'm saying his name right, I apologize if I don't say it right. You know, he's another one too. When I, you know, Jadoo Teri Nazar, like, come on, like, just even his songs from Duplicate, like Mere Mehboob Mere Sanam, like, it's just like, these are the songs, like, when I think of these are the playback singers I think of now. These are the songs that I play over. These are the playback singers I want to listen to over and over and over again. Okay, so it's just like Udit is just one of my favorite playback singers. I think that he's great. And before I even go for it, as you can see, I'm not putting the actors in this video that I'm discussing here. I'm not putting them here because I think that we really need to give appreciation to the playback singers who really, really put in the work. Because the only way that these actors and actresses can dance and go off and do whatever they do in these movies is due to these singers who really, really, honestly, they set the battery up for these movies. Without the playback singers, without the songs, like, within the East, like, their movie industries would never be what it is today. So I just want to give them their credit, okay? When I think about Kumar Sanu, you know, he's, you know, his songs and Bazigar, you know, Sajanji Garai, like, just, he has sung great songs. You know, there are times where I actually got Kumar and Udit mixed up a little bit, because I feel like sometimes their voices sound so similar. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I gotta remember these are two different people. But like, he has also just one of my favorites too as well. Great singer, just sung some of the best songs within the Hindi film industry. I have to give him his props. Sanu. Let me tell you guys something. Sanu Nigam, the reason why I hold him in such high regard and why I love his voice is because, even though, like, don't get me wrong, he sung some great songs, like Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, you know, You Are My Sonia, Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum, like, just great songs. But for me, where I just put Sonu on a high pedestal, where I think that now he's just the greatest of all time, when I found out he sung the playback songs on Jorha Akbar for Kehne Ko Jashne Bahara Hai in a Lama Okadaman Min. Like, when I found out he sung those songs, I was just, my heart just started to putter. Like, I was just like, my heart was just like, oh my gosh, he's the greatest singer of all time. Like, his voice is just beautiful. It's melodious. It's just, it's like with him, even with the, you know, because the thing is with him, with Sanu, he can sing great songs, great party music. If you want a party music kind of song, he can sing it. If you want a melodious kind of song, he can sing it. If you want a sad song, he can sing it. He can, I feel like, and all of them can, by the way. Just Kumar, Udit, Alka, they can all sing those kind of songs. But I do feel like with Alka, she prefers the more like you know, like romance kind of songs. I think that's her, and especially Udit as well. But with Sonu, he's been able to sing songs where it's like, where it can contain within that, you know, like, hey, let's play this in the club, like it's like the You Are My Sonia, or even with the Gina Hickey Chadden. Oh, like, come on, like, these are like, come on, y'all. So it's like he has been able to really put in a lot of hits within the music, within the Bollywood music industry, and I just have to give him his props, because he's just one of my favorite people, one of my favorite singers within Bollywood. Yeah, like, he's just great. All right, Kavita. I do want to say her full name. Kavita Krishna Murthy. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. You know what? She kind of gives me, like, in a way, like, you could tell that she's listened to Lata. And I'm going to talk about Lata real quick. She's about to come up. But you could tell that she's definitely took inspiration from her, because this woman, Kavita, she's such a beautiful, there's a lot of soul in what she sings, in the way she sings. You know, there's a lot of soul in her that I see. And when you listen to her songs in Hamdil Chuke Sanam or in Devdas, you fall in love. You fall in love with this woman's voice, and she can also sing like a cappella. Like, you don't even need any instruments with her. Her voice is her instrument. She is such one of the most phenomenal singers within Bollywood has produced, and it's just like, there's nobody like her. There's nobody that has been. I have yet to see anybody like that. Shreya, I wish I had her full name here, but she's another one too. And you know what? For her to be as young as she was when this woman came into the industry, she blown everybody out the park. Her voice is amazing. Her vocals in Devdas, her singing in Gachani, just her singing in Vyuvraj. Shreya is just amazing singer. And you know, she started singing when she was 16 years old when she came into the industry. So she's really putting great work. And for her to be as young, especially towards her peers, like when you think of Kavita, or when you think of Sonu, or when you think of Kumar, you know, Shreya was the young one within that. And for her to blow it out the park the way that she did, and for her like, she just really, her voice is a gift from God, and it's like, I have to give her props. Like, she's one of the people that we really need right now within Bollywood. And it's unfortunate that she's not being booked as much now, I would say. Maybe she is, or maybe she's on concerts and stuff like that, but I don't be hearing her within these songs now the way that I hear other artists. Okay, A.R. Rahman. Now, let me just say this. Even though A.R. Rahman is not, like, he is a singer, but he's produced a lot of the great Bollywood songs that we know of. This man has created such great music that it's deeply needed today. And I mean that with my whole chest. It's deeply needed. I don't know what's going on. I feel like at this point, the last time I heard A.R. Rahman, you know, produce the soundtracks within the song, for me personally, the last time because I haven't really been following up with everything, but the last time it was like 2016, and I was doing the Tamasha era. So, and he produced one of my favorite songs, Agar Tum Saath Ho. So I'm just like, A.R., we need you. Like, he's produced and made great songs, like in Jodha Akbar, in Gachani, where Kaise Mujhe Kaise Mujhe Tu Mil Gayi, or like just, he's just, and you know what's so crazy? I'm actually surprised that Sanjay Leela Bhansali didn't use A.R. Rahman and Shreya for like for Padmavati or for Gangubai. Because I would think that with those periods, because especially the way that Devdas and the music there was made, I would think that when it comes to those kind of period pieces, or like those like 1930s, 40s, 50s kind of movies that Sanjay Leela Bhansali likes to do, I would think that, you know, A.R. Rahman will be the person to go to. And personally for me, when it came to Padmavat, personally I would have chose Kavita and at least Udit, or one of them, or Kumar to sing one of my background vocals, to sing my the soundtracks for those songs. There is no reason why you couldn't have. At this point, even though I love Padmavati as for the movie, but for the songs, it was forgettable to me. Personally, we are not looking to Padmavati for the songs. We're looking to it for the storyline, and it's unfortunate because we tend to look at both. But Padmavati, the songs were forgettable, and I feel like Sanjay Leela Bhansali should have used A.R. Rahman to come and help produce those songs, and he should have used you know, one of these singers to help sing these songs, sing those songs in the movie. And the songs needed to be rewritten. The quality was not good. Okay. Now, Lata Mangeshkar, she's the OG of Bollywood music. One of the most recognizable playback singers ever. Of all time. The GOAT. The greatest of all time. This woman has sang songs for the Hindi film industry since the 1940s. Okay? That's how long she's been doing this. And I think that if she was alive today, and maybe she had this opinion back then because you know, she just recently passed away, not even like a year or 2 years ago. If she was alive today and she were to hear a lot of the music that's being produced, hell, even before she passed away, because the music was still bad towards the end of her life. So I think that has she done interviews and stuff and spoke about her feelings towards the Hindi film industry, she will say that the music is terrible. I believe it. I believe it. Lata has sang some of the most great, like Humse Humko Hami Se Churaro in Mohabbat, and she sang for Dil To Pagal Hai. She sang, like, even Amar Pali. You know, she sang those beautiful songs in there. She sang in Sangham, Jewel Thief. Okay? For some of the greatest actors of all time. Actors and actresses. For Vyjayanthimala. She's been a playback singer for Vyjayanthimala. She's been a playback singer for Aishwarya Rai, for just Madhuri Dixit, Rani Mukherjee, Kajol, Jaya Bachchan. You know, her voice has been the voice of Bollywood for decades. Okay? And I think that she'll be ashamed of what the Bollywood soundtrack industry, the music of today, how it's today. She'll be ashamed. She'll be horrified. And I bet she probably wasn't listening, because it was just like, girl, like, what is this? This is the music that we grew up with. Okay? I'm gonna talk about Arijit Singh later. Because I feel like when it comes to Arijit, Atif Salam, and Benny, I feel like they came later. But here's the thing. I'm gonna get to Arijit. Atif Aslam, here's the thing about him. Though I didn't really was listening too much when he came around, but there are a few songs that I do like from him. Even though he's more new day kind of singer, but like he still kept within that realm of just keeping it how it should be, the sound of music. And I think that, you know, in a way, I can somewhat compare him with Arijit Singh. Because I feel like in some ways their voices are similar, but yet there's still a little bit of differences. Benny is needed for and I say this for all the singers that I just showed, but Benny's also really needed. Benny has sang some of my favorite songs within the Hindi film industry. You know, Kaise Mujhe To Mil Gayi, To Hai To Mere Doste, yeah, To Hai To Mere Doste, yeah, like, he sang some of my favorite, like, he is so needed, and he also has, I don't think y'all guys don't peep it, he has soul, too. He's another one that has soul in his voice. The way he sang, Kaise Mujhe To Mil Gayi, it's still, that song is still with me. It's still, I can't go a day without listening to that song. The lyrics are beautiful. And for that to be a song of like 2008, 2007, when really, honestly, that's when I feel like the starts of like the music started to go down. Benny was really keeping that up. Benny and After Salam, I would say. After Salam, I loved I'm sorry, I'm butchering the song, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's that Ranbir and Katrina Kaif song. I love that song too. That's one of my favorite songs from them. I want to talk about Arijit for a second. Here's the thing about Arijit Singh. I like Arijit. Don't get me wrong. I do. I like him. There are a couple of songs I do like from him where he's on. I love a Gandham Sate Ho. I don't think that any other male singer could have done his part in a Gandham Sate Ho. And I also love I love that song too. I love, what other song do I love from Arijit Singh? Kabhi jo badal, like that's I love that song too. I love that song. But here's the thing though, and I gotta keep it a stack. There are a few songs I do love from Arijit, but I feel like Arijit's voice is not made for every Bollywood movie. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Like his voice, though he can sing. He can sing. But I just don't think that his voice has a lot of soul within it. I hope you guys are trying to understand what I'm saying. And because his voice doesn't have a lot of soul, I think that's why, especially nowadays, for Bollywood movies now, they tend to use Arijit Singh to sing those songs. The soundtracks within the movies today. Because nowadays, the movie soundtrack, the film soundtracks nowadays is very microwavable. It's very generic. It's very quick. It's very clubby, like club music. Like there's no, it's very mechanical. And though I'm not saying that like Arijit, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that Arijit is, microwavable, but I do think that his voice doesn't have the range as someone like, as a Sonu. I don't believe that Arijit has the range as Sonu. I don't believe that Arijit, sorry, I keep saying Arijit. I don't think that Arijit has the range as a Kumar Sanu. I don't believe that Arijit has the range of a Udit Nayaran. I don't. And I have to be honest. Arijit, while I do think that he's good, but I don't think he's great. Okay? So, the songs that he sings now, I think that it's good for him and for where he's at, where his way. Because let me be honest with you, and I have to be honest. There was one, and let me tell you why Arijit doesn't have the range of the male playback singers I just showed y'all. I saw a video on YouTube because I was just, and they were doing a Shahrukh Khan tribute. I think it was like a tribute to Shahrukh Khan or whatever, and then all these singers were coming out. Arijit was singing, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and y'all, I'm sorry, no ma'am. I didn't like the way he sung it. To me, he butchered the song live. I didn't like it. Just, his voice is too raspy. It's too raspy. It's too, like, it doesn't have that range. I hope y'all guys are trying to understand what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have that woof, where it blows you out the park. It gets to the ceiling. You know what I mean? But it doesn't break it. It doesn't break the glass ceiling the way that Sonu or Kumar Sanu or Udit Nayaran is able to do for me. Like, for these three, they're able to break that glass ceiling. Arijit Singh doesn't do that for me. Even Benny breaks the glass ceiling. But Benny breaks that glass ceiling. Arijit doesn't break that glass ceiling when it comes to his vocals. And I think that's why the Bollywood film industry, like, they like that sound, and nowadays it is a very whack kind of sound. It's no shade. And I do like, even though I do like a few songs that Arijit has sung for these movies, I don't like all of it. That's why, now he's used for that Rakhi Aur Rani Ke Prem Kahani movie. That's why he's used for Pathaan now. That's why he's used for these newer nowadays stuff. And that's why the quality is down, because it's like now there's no variety at this point. Y'all using the same the same single male singer for all of y'all movies, and y'all know that he does not have the range as a freaking Kumar or a Sanu or an Udit. He doesn't. And I have to be honest, and I like Arijit. I do, but I have to be honest. And the same with Atif. Don't get me wrong. There is a good amount of songs I do like from Atif, but I also feel like Atif doesn't also have that great range. Like, he's good. He's really, really good. I think that he's really, really good, but I just don't think he has the range as a lot of these other singers I just pointed out. Now, I do, because this is going to be a research type of video today, child. Hopefully y'all guys are sticking with me. So I have two articles, because it's just like I'm confused, and at this point I need someone to explain it to me. Why is the music so horrendous today? So it says here, shocking decline of Bollywood music. How horrible songs have badly harmed the Hindi cinema. Bollywood was built on the bedrock of magnificent music. Not only gave it to its unique identity, but also enabled it to stand tall internationally. That is true. While other movie industries around the world were crushed by Hollywood juggernaut. Okay, I'm gonna skip. In recent years, Bollywood has fallen, particularly out of favor, and bad music has played a major part in that. While bad storylines, aging heroes, that's a whole, and I already spoke about the aging heroes part in different videos. But aging heroes and lack of new talent and nepotism have been contributing factors. Shockingly, poor songs have also plunged Hindi cinema into its current crisis. When the industry went through bad phases in the past, excellent soundtracks generated excitement, which is true, and still drew audiences to watch even the worst movies. That is true, y'all. That is true. In fact, because you know what's so crazy? Before I continue reading, when the movie industry, excellent soundtracks generate excitement for movies, even though it's bad. And I feel this way about Tamasha. It's no shade. It's no shade. Yeah, I already know. Agar Tum Saath Ho is one of my favorite songs. That song is what attracted me to go watch Tamasha. Okay? And when I watched Tamasha, I saw what they were trying to do, but it didn't hit the way it was supposed to. It says here, in fact, music played such a huge part in turning Indian films into hits. Even ordinary films like Disco Dancer, Dal Ek Villain Returns became success thanks to its marvelous soundtrack. But in the past decade, the industry has almost completely run out of ideas when it comes to the songs. This has not only taken away a significant marketing tool, but also badly exposed films that would previously have hidden behind a great collection of songs. There have been many reasons why song quality has plummeted in such spectacular way. First, there has been a lack of new talent coming through who can create songs who can create songs with cross-generational appeal, while the new established composers remaining to seem to have run out of ideas. Most younger musicians relying on studio trickery, silly rap like that, and I hate the rapping stuff. Like, oh my god, that's all different. I'm gonna get to all that. Silly rap, cover versions. There have been many new interpretations of classic songs, and nearly all of them have been awful. So successful filmmakers of the past, like Raj Kapoor, Subhash Ghai, Yash Chopra, and Vyjayanthimala, have a great ear for music, as opposed to those producing or directing blockbusters today who have little knowledge of what a good song should sound like. And before I, continue, it's so crazy. And I was just thinking of when I was watching the songs from Pathan, and it's like when I see Raj Kapoor and all these different people who had an ear for music, it's just like, in a way, when I was listening to the Pathan songs, I was like, yo, Shahrukh Khan should be ashamed of himself. That's what I was saying. I was like, Shahrukh Khan should be ashamed of himself. For you to be in the industry for this long, it is not just him, it's Salman, is different. For y'all to be in the industry for this long, y'all know what good music sounds like. Y'all know what good music sounds like for your movies. But yet y'all guys are picking club, like, microwavable generic music for your songs? Are you serious? And it's like, you know what a great, and the thing is too, Shahrukh knows, like, he has Udit Nayaran to sing, because I feel like he's the best playback singer for Shahrukh. So for him to, Shahrukh to be trying to play up the younger audience and try to, just trying to, quote unquote, trying too hard or trying to fit in, or maybe it's, trying to create a hit, like how Natu Natu was for RRR, to have that cross. It's just, for me, it's just that, even though people might have liked that song, I do not like that song, because I know that's not what Shah Rukh Khan grew up listening to or watching, and it's disappointing. It's like, now he's like, I feel like Shah Rukh Khan is just doing things for cash grabs now. He's not even doing it for the quality anymore. Like, where's the quality of the film? It says here, this includes aging Bollywood heroes who often take complete charge of the movie despite being musically illiterate. Okay, that's a bar right there. Another major reason why the quality has gone down has been due to music directors cashing in and singing more songs instead of using full-time professionals. Some still remain notoriously for stealing melodies of songs. Another big loss has been banning Pakistani singers, which has lost Hindi cinema's musical giants like Atif Salam and Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. One of the things that has been fueling this fire of terrible soundtracks is the big musical lie that happens on a weekly basis online by pumping up YouTube videos with fake views or putting them on platforms with huge subscriber numbers. They give an impression that the song is loved by hundreds of millions, but that's simply incorrect. Wow. So you mean to tell me some of these songs are not even that popping? Wow. Some of the songs are so bad that they do real damage to the movie. That's ahead of its release. Recent flop movie Vikram Vedha has generated a lot of positive buzz until the producers released a headache-inducing song Alcoholia. There has been a similar story with bad soundtracks all year for high-profile Bollywood film failures like Phone Booth, Thank God, Ram Situ Ligar. I don't even know what these movies are. Like, child, I'm not even gonna kill myself. So that's one of the movies. The few bright sparks have been established singers like Shreya Ghoshal injecting energy into, and they don't even, I feel like they barely use her now. That's the thing. And I just showed you, I'll show you guys, Shreya, injecting energy into the life of songs thanks to their talent. There's also been a newer wave of singers like, I don't know who that is. I'm just saying, I feel like he doesn't have that much range. And Jubin, whatever. You have been able to bring a unique vocal texture, but all are being given substandard songs overall. And that's the truth. Maybe, you know, and listen, like I said, maybe these songs don't show Arijit's range, but I feel like it may be close to be the songs. Maybe it's the producers that are telling him to, you know, to lower the bar, but like he needs to show me more. That is why there hasn't been a great Bollywood soundtrack all year. There is a simple test to prove a point. How many 2022 Bollywood songs can you hum right? They are dragging. Who wrote this article? Who wrote this article? They are dragging right now. Let me see. Ashjad Nazir, he's dragging. He is clocking our tea. He is clocking Bollywood's tea right now, because that is a bar right there. Did you guys see that sentence? He said, that is why there hasn't been a great Bollywood soundtrack all year round. Mind you, this is last year. There's a simple test to prove the point. How many 2022 Bollywood songs can you hum right now reading this? Next to none, right? Ooh! There are many areas Bollywood needs to improve on to get out of their abyss it finds itself in. If the industry wants to cling on to aging heroes, shahrukh, Salman, Amir Khan, I'm looking at y'all, aging heroes, nepotism, listen, is a lot of y'all in nepotism, and poor storylines, true. It should compromise by bringing great music back. That could be a step in the right direction, perhaps resurrect the half-dead Bollywood industry. That is tea right now. He really and this is the truth. What songs I'm not humming none of these songs that you guys got out right now. These soundtrack songs that you guys have. I'm humming songs from back in 1960s in Amrapali. I'm humming freaking Kuchu Kuchu Hota Hai songs. I'm humming Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum songs. I'm humming songs from you, like I'm humming those kind of songs. I'm not humming these kind of songs. I'm not humming freaking this Pathan movie songs. I'm not humming what Jumka. That shit is not. It's not gonna. You know. And someone says this, because I'm gonna read this article too. We're not going to remember these songs in 20 years. We're not going to remember what Jumka. We're not going to remember the Pathan songs. These are the songs that we're not going to think about. Okay? Like, it's just not something that we care for. Because it has no quality or quantity or anything. Quite after time. There's no emotion. There is no, like, you don't feel it. Okay? And there's another article before I and it's going to be my last article. From cringe lyrics to terrible remixes, 4 reasons why Hindi music is declining. What happened? How did we end up in this rabbit hole? From being known for eminent master roles like Lata Mangeshkar, Himmat Kumar, Ashe Bush, and these are great singers who are kings and queens of melody, to just refurbishing successful music. We have done some irrevocable damage beyond repair. Wow. An industry that started with such enduring evergreen music has come close to a situation where each year has been competing with the previous to churn out crash music and winning. Here are 4 reasons why this might be happening to Hindi music: the era of remixes. I didn't even know some of these songs are remixes. Don't get me wrong, remixes are a great way to invoke nostalgia and reinvent the experience of musical era bygone, but churning out poor quality dance-wide numbers in the name of remixes doesn't do it justice. They not only ruin the essence of old songs, but are also extremely harsh to the ears. If you thought remixes were new to this day and age, then you might need to rewind a little bit. Songs like Sanahamuch, whoa, were all given a peppy twist and remade in the early 2000s. They kept the spirits. Okay, that's the thing too. There is no spirit within these songs. Within the Bollywood songs of today. They kept within the spirit of the OG tracks intact and were foot tapping too. But the churn rate today is sad state of affairs, absurd, nonsensical lyrics. Like I said, lyricism is very important. This phenomenon is popularly known as re-elification of songs. Yes, you heard it right. The changing of the landscape of music has a lot to do with the Instagram reels. Songs that can be easily converted into trendy dances, popular challenges, and lip syncs are produced more, compromising the quality of lyrics. But it is not just that. It is also a convenient way of making more numbers without adding a lot of character to the lip. Come on! Article? Who is the author of this? Isha Anand. You are reading, Isha? Because this is the real, this is tea. This is tea. Like this is what we're listening to nowadays. We're listening to songs that are just, and I said it, microwavable, generic TikTok music. Popular challenges, lip syncs are produced more, compromising the quality of lyrics. But it is not just that. It is also a convenient way of making more numbers without adding a lot of character to the lyrics. It obviously starts with a string of mockery and memes on social media, but the creators don't seem to be receptive to the criticism or change. Changing the revenue model. Due to the advent technology and streaming services, the way in which music creators earn money underwent a sea of change. In the early 90s and 2000s, a large chunk of revenue of the movie's success came from its dissemination in the form of the CDs, where the record labels and artists were making enormous profits. Now they are at a constant disadvantage because the artists have deals with record labels who further have deals with streaming platforms and only get the short end of the stick. This has left little incentive to, okay, low effort in music. Supply and demand, now all blame can be shifted to the creators. The reason why such music garners a million views is because there is a demand, lest the creators would stop making such content to entice viewers to watch low effort refurbished version of the song. The videos both starts making blah, 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 blah. Okay, your bottom line. While this piece may sound like a boomer rant, you don't sound like a boomer, but trust me, I am Gen Z. Like, listen, I'm Gen Z too. And I agree with all the boomers who say that. It is now a factory that whisks out of noise and sounds sometimes, but seldom any melody. There's still a silver lining with a few recently released soulful albums and independent labels doing well, igniting hope and promise that one day a flair will come back. Now, I agree with both articles wholeheartedly. I agree with both of them because it's like, you know what's so crazy about this whole situation, about this whole thing too, that's going on within Bollywood and the music that's coming out of there? It wasn't even like the melodious music and like the music that had quality. It wasn't even like the music was flopping. It was doing well. Those are some of the great. We still talk about Kuch Kuch Hota Hai to this day, where they had great songs. We still talk about Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. We still talk about Jodha Akbar. We still talk about Gachini. We still talk about just, Choli Choli. Like Devdas. Like, we still talk about these songs. The songs that were in those movies. We still talk about them. They were hits then and they're hits now. We still talk about Jewel Thief. Hoto mein aisi baat. Like, we still hum to those songs. So it's like, those songs weren't flops then. And they surely aren't flops now. We still talk about Sangam. Oh, Meri Sanam. Oh, Meri Sanam. So, it wasn't even like the music was bad then. So, I don't know where it went from that to like, okay, let's just flip it and reverse it. Let's just do that. Let's just, you know, and give us trash quality music. Because I feel like they feel like, you know, their fan base was already set in. So now they can just feed them whatever they wanted to feed them. And then we would just accept it. And I just feel like that was such a terrible strategy. And they're still continuing it to this day. Because unfortunately, now we have what Junka. That's what we're listening to now. That's the songs that we're listening to now. I wanna show a short clip here. Hopefully YouTube doesn't, you know, try to demonetize it. But I do want to show this.
You know, at one point, like you were like the voice of romance for Hindi cinema. You know, there was no director who could imagine how else would the heroine express love and longing except for your voice. And you've sung for everyone from Rakhi ji to Deepika in Tamasha, like generations of actresses. Now, in the last 10 years, the relationship of Hindi cinema with both music and romance has changed. You know, there's a lot of directors now who feel कि lip sync songs नहीं कर सकते, background में होना चाहिए गाना and montage लगा दो. How do you take that? How do you feel about that? Because you've sung such iconic songs.
I've been, the change has been happening over a number of years. And I don't know, I just feel that all that, we used to have musicals pehle, you know, Raja Hindustani,
Proper music.
Vinashiki, then, हाँ, उसमें बहुत से गाने होते थे, and they used to use one voice, female voice. The directors who had this, who were musical directors, you know, who had that musical sense, used to use one voice, female voice for the actress, and one male voice for the actor, and a third voice for a third character. So वो पूरा एक album बन जाता था. It was not only, apart from the film, it was like an album of 6-7 songs, and all the songs used to be super hits. Now, ek to I don't watch the movies of today. I don't watch them. I should actually, because it's my trade, but I don't. And
Cole, he's my miracle child. So how does your miracle child get cancer?
I think songs are, the soul is gone.
When did you notice this happening?
Gradually. और ऐसा नहीं है कि अच्छे गाने नहीं बनते, अभी भी हैं, far and few, there are good songs. But by and large, lip sync करो या background song रखो या कुछ याद नहीं रहता है बाद में. गाना आप सुन के थिएटर से निकलते हैं, you cannot hum anything. गाने की जो रूपरेखा है ना, वो कुछ समझ में नहीं आती है, कहाँ से शुरू हुआ, कहाँ खत्म हुआ. हम लोगों को actually we had a mindset, मुखड़ा, फिर म्यूजिक आता है, फिर अंतरा आता है, फिर और थोड़े से अलग किस्म के गाने भी होते थे. बट nowadays I find it very vague. I don't want to say this because, you know, then people say, हाँ अभी तो sour grapes. I said, not at all. I have done more work than I can imagine that I could do. In fact, I'm happy if a good melodious song comes.
Because you love music.
I love music, yeah. And let's do the experimenting. Let's add the gimmicks. Let's do all these rhythm patterns, these crazy sounds, you know. But let's not leave the soul behind. That has to be there first and foremost. गानों की lyrics, गानों की जो धुन है, वो तो पता चलना चाहिए ना. वो आप कहीं छुपा देते हैं सब अजीब-अजीब आवाजों में और अजीब-अजीब sounds में. At the most of these songs, majority can be played in parties and pubs for people to dance and enjoy because they're more rhythm oriented. But there's no soul, so one doesn't remember them beyond a point. वो जब तक चल रहा है. After a while, it's washed out. So nothing remains. So I don't know. I'm not too happy. But I guess एक वो कहते हैं ना, एक दौर ये भी था, एक दौर वो भी है. तो दौर बदलते रहते हैं. आजकल ये दौर चल रहा है. And बट एवरीबडी इज कंप्लेनिंग कि म्यूजिक अच्छा नहीं है, आजकल का म्यूजिक अच्छा नहीं। तो फिर अगर कंप्लेन कर रहे हो तो कौन सुनता है और कौन पसंद करता है? और
Okay, and that's just the gist of what she basically summarized everything I was saying in this video. And I think she said something very important. Yes, do your club music. Add the gimmicks in. Help. Even put your little silly raps in the music within the movies and within the films. But don't leave the soul behind. And I feel like when we see like this, what Jumka song, or when we see Shahrukh Khan's Pathan, or when we, it's good for the moment. It's yes, it's so good, it's so fun, it's so good. Will we remember these songs 5 years from now? Will we remember these songs 10 years from now? Will we remember these songs 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now? And y'all know for sure it's no. Y'all know it's no. I'm not gonna be singing What Jumka. Hell, not even tomorrow I will be singing that song. You know what I will be singing? I will be singing Kehne ko jashan le bahara. That's what I'm gonna be singing. I'm gonna be singing Kabhi Alvida na Kehna. That's what I'm gonna be singing. I'm not gonna be singing What Jumka. That's not a song that I will be interested in listening to. Neither will I be watching that movie. Because at this point, I'm tired. I want the Hindi film industry, Bollywood, whatever you want to call it. I want it to go back to a place where the quality is great. Because this industry used to be great. It used to be great. That's the thing that kills me. It used to be great. It used to be something where it's like, okay, I need to escape from Hollywood and everything that we got going on over here. Let me go to this industry. Let me go see what's going on over here. Let me see what's happening in the East. Let me see what kind of content they have over there. That's how it used to be. And then it's like, you'll be interested in everything, like the culture, because it's not just the music. Of course, it's the music. The music plays a huge part. It's the culture. It's everything that goes on with it. But now, everything has been coming washed out. Washed out. The quality has been bad. The music is horrendous. The soundtracks are terrible. The films are terrible. The storylines makes absolutely. I was just asking my dad about Pathan because I was just like, I'm not watching that. I'm done with Shahrukh Khan trying to act as if like he's still 20 something years old in his movies. And he said that the movie was terrible, and I was like, okay, enough said. And listen, don't get me wrong. Of course, will these songs do well for the time being? Will it, people will be jumping, doing their TikTok dances and like on the internet lip syncing to it? Of course. But these songs are not going to last the test of time. And it's unfortunate that a lot of these playback singers are not being utilized compared to these newbies. I don't know where they got these new singers from. And it's like some of these new singers, and it's no sense. And I just talked about Arijit. And I like Arijit, don't get me wrong, I do. But it's like him and his other female counterparts of today. It's like their voices don't match. Like a Lata or Alka or Kavita or Shreya. They don't match. They're not hitting those notes. And it's like, and then the songwriter's giving us these tired lyrics to these songs. Like, what is this? Like, it gets to a point where, for me, because, I didn't grow up, like, at the end of the day, I'm not Hindi, I'm not Indian, so it's like, I had to go and look up the lyrics, look up the English subtitles, and when you listen to a song, right, it's like, when you listen to a song, and then you go look up the English subtitles, or you look up the lyrics, what does a song mean? And you listen, and you see the song, and you see what the song means, it gives you a whole different kind of appreciation for that song. Okay? It's how I felt about, Ajodha Akbar movie. when I found out what the song, when I was listening to looking at the lyrics, and then when you look at the lyrics while listening to the song, like, it gives you a whole different kind of emotion, where it's just like, oh my God, like, this is so beautiful words. It's poetry. It's poetry. And now I feel like the music nowadays, these soundtrack movies of films, it's like there's no meaning. There's nothing. Oh, a lot of times the song is just, oh, I just want to dance the night away. Oh, I want to dance the night away. Dance. You know, lips on mine. It's just, you know, it's not anything like, yeah, I recommend my subscribers, I recommend you guys, for the people who are interested in Bollywood, I definitely recommend you guys going to watch Amar Bali on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's a 1967 movie with Vyjayanthimala and Sunil Dutt. Let me tell you guys something. The songs in that movie, like, it's so beautiful. It blows the stuff that the soundtracks of today out the park completely. Like, the music, it in a way, it gives you an idea and a fantasy of what do they mean by love, compared to like nowadays. Now it's just, the music is so low vibrational, it's so tired, it's so just like, okay, let's just produce this garbage and let's just give it to the consumers and they'll just eat it up. And unfortunately, and I have to be honest, in a lot of ways, we also need to put this on the consumer's fault too. Why is it that it's not me at this point? Shoot, I don't put money into anything that I don't like. But why is it people complain about bad music or bad movies, but yet who's going to go watch the movies? Who's going to go, listen to the songs? Y'all claim to hate the song, y'all claim to hate the movie, but yet, you guys are tired of seeing, Bollywood being ridiculous now, but yet y'all still continue going to go watch the movie. Yeah, if y'all really want change, y'all need to really start hitting these actors, these actresses, these directors like Karan, who's very, very, egotistical, thinking that he can't be touched. Y'all need to hit them where it hurts, and that's where it's in their pockets. Stop watching these films. Stop supporting the music, because when they see that, and when they see that people aren't going to go see the movies, or they're not listening to the soundtrack films, and they're not doing any of that, that's what is like, okay, what's going on? Because you hit them where their pockets hurt. You hit them where they're making their money. So that's what really I need to do, honestly. If we really want to change, it needs to be like a freaking like boycott. Like it needs to be like, yo, y'all need to go back to the way things were. Y'all need to be giving us quality music, quality singers, great singers, melodious songs, and stop feeding us this like westernized, like crappy, trying to be Western but still trying to keep within my roots, but also still trying to like crappy music and crappy movies. It's a sad situation, y'all. It's sad, and I hate that we are at this place now. And unfortunately, I do feel like it's gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse from here, because at this point, the music has been like this for like a decade now, so it's about to get even terrible in the future until like we really demand it, and we start hitting these companies and these corporations and these people where it hurts their pockets. We're gonna get the same exact quality of music and films within the Hindi film industry. Now, I want to say that I do appreciate all these singers, that I listed here. I think that my childhood, my upbringing, my teenage years, my adulthood wouldn't be what it was without them singing the songs that I love. So I want to give all these playback singers their props, and I know I'm probably forgetting a few more, but like I think that these are some of the great playback singers that we've ever had, and I think that they deserve their props. So anyway, Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys feel like Bollywood music is so horrendous today that you guys can't stand it? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, y'all. And y'all need to subscribe. Let's get up to 600 subscribers.